Good morning, gang. Molly here. Witch, please. Happy Halloween. Just thought I'd wake up with you this morning, say hi. My office is coming along. I just got a couch. It looks so sad and sparse, but I was in the room, so I thought, let me just have a little chat with everybody in here. Have a cup of coffee. I'm only halfway through the coffee, so please be gentle. But I mean, kickoff. Kickoff. Good morning, Amy. Kickoff. It's Halloween. So I just wanted to say a few things about that. And I wanted to remind you, which I'm going to remind you for every single bit of this holiday season, that in my 20 years of being an addictions therapist, not one person has ever complained to me about feeling too supported, about feeling, you know what I mean? No one's ever like, oh, Molly, I just have too many people caring about me. I'm just so connected during holiday season. That's why it's so hard, right? In fact, quite the opposite. So support, support, support. Opposite of addiction is connection. I'm just a broken record with these points. But anyway, I was scrolling through something. I know it's only 7 o'clock in the morning, but I get a lot done in the morning. I'm a morning person. We every now and then when we were writing Breaking Up with Sugar, I'd like try to write it like 5 o'clock at night. I'd be like, nope, it all happens. This is my magic hour, which I like happily choose to spend with you guys. Anyway, I was reading this thing this morning on one of these, on some food addiction group that I sit on the outskirts of. It's such an intense group. And they're like, not your holiday. And I was like, ugh, like, in the Facebook group, like Amy posted this beautiful thing about boundaries. Like, we don't have to be scared when we're setting boundaries. And I have to say something. You don't have to not enjoy Halloween. It's not, excuse my double negative. I'm a writer. It's not your holiday. If you're someone who's decided that you're in an abusive relationship with sugar, then the candy portion is not your holiday. But why do we have to throw out the baby with the bathwater? Come again? Listen, if you're like, Mal, it's my favorite holiday. I need to take a break from it this year. Like, I just need to have like a very hard boundary. It's not my holiday this year. Like, you do you, boo. I'm always you do you, boo. If it doesn't hurt other people, if it doesn't really hurt you, if it feels like a really good limit, amazing. I've had to do that 1,000 times. However, Halloween comes in many different parts, doesn't it? So it doesn't mean like, I'm so excited. I just moved to this cute little, I moved to North Carolina and I'm going to have trick-or-treaters for the first time ever. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do about it. I'm so excited. This is life. We make the decisions about how we want to be having a relationship with the holiday. Now, that being said, I'm not sitting here saying this is not going to maybe be challenging for some people. So this is the other thing I want to say. It's 7:15. It's 7:13. Hard lines count so much, especially if you're somebody who really identifies with being broken up with sugar or wanting to be broken up with sugar. Then there are just very hard lines on candy. Like, hard no, I'm not doing it. Nobody has to be eating candy. And I'm going to tell you something, making a plan, coping ahead, saying there's no candy happening for me. That's the vibe. That's the deal, is going to be your best bet. Period. Because no one has to eat candy. Everyone's like, food addiction's so hard because you have to eat food. That's true. It's also true nobody ever has to put a piece of candy in their mouth for the rest of their life. That's also true. That's also true. So that's the other idea, is that we say no candy no matter what. I wrote about it in the love letter. If you haven't signed up for the love letter, get on it. I'm writing it right after this live. It's on mollycarmel.com. But I wrote in the love letter a couple of weeks ago that I had to go to this 1-year-old's birthday party yesterday. Got to go to this 1-year-old's birthday party yesterday. And it was just like a candy cook. It was a fest. And I have to tell you, and this is what I wrote in that particular email to you guys. I'm never happier that I have bright lines in those moments because I'm never questioning, could I watched a friend of mine who's there who, she's like low sugar, she's diabetes. She counts the carbs. I don't know. It gives me such a headache. I'm just like easier for me. It just is a no. And she's like, do you think I should have a treat or do you think I should have a croissant? What do you think I should do? And I was like, I don't know what you should do. I would have a treat before a croissant any day of the week, but you do you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so hard lines are so great. Hard lines are so great. My other suggestion is going to be this, because if you have children and you have that candy in the house, or somebody had said in our holiday Q&A, if your husband has a lot of candy in the house, I might ask to get the candy that is just like not exciting to you. Like keep the Skittles, get rid of the Kit Kats, get the candy that's really triggering to you out of the house. I got some candy for the kids, I can't, I can't drink the ocean with trying to fight the sugar battle on Halloween. Not my battle today. But I mean, candy doesn't really trigger me. Scones trigger me. Granola triggers me. I just got candy I feel really neutral about. So I would get all the candy that like doesn't, I get that out of the house like pretty quickly. And if you have little kids, they're not going to notice. You know what I mean? They're just not going to notice. So get it out of the house. Okay. Here's my third point. We got 3 points today. I didn't even know I had 3 points, but I have 3 points. And this came up also in our holiday Q&A. One sip of coffee, if you don't mind, my loves. Bright lines. Get the candy that talks to you out of your house. Third one's this. You may get through today. And what I know to be true, when I first got sober, one of my sponsors, she'd be like, it's not really the drinking at the party that's hard. It's really when you get home from the party, right? Because, and I think many of you are probably participating in a very big way in Halloween today. I don't happen to be doing that. I'm like getting a pedicure and answering the door. So if you're like really in it, like I was in it yesterday and I wasn't risky, but I came home and relaxed a little, did some self-care stuff, whatever. And that was really important. I think that's just innate in me. But, especially if you have kids, you're going to be like holding on and everyone's going to be screaming and the crying of it all. It could be a rough and tumble day, even like, I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm saying it's fun. It's exhausting. It may not be fun and exhausting. Point being, the sponsor said it's not the day that's so hard. It's actually for many of us, it's the day after. It's the re-entry. It's like waking up that morning, having been like really exhausted. No. And then that's actually like, maybe not even when the candy comes calling, but maybe it's like, then you're at work and then the donuts are there, or you just like loose about things, or you're skipping breakfast. Point is, this time of year is the Bermuda Triangle, whether we like it, whether we don't like it. It's where I don't like sort of confirming, me and the language and the affirmation of it all. So I'm not confirming that it's hard, even though it sort of is. I'm saying there's just a lot of moving parts in the holiday season, right? There's a lot of moving parts on any given Tuesday in many of our lives, but there's a lot of moving parts in the holiday season. So that being said, I want you to cope ahead for that. I actually want you to be thinking about, okay, like I could get through today. Like you guys are just flipping strong warriors, but what about tomorrow? I know. I want to say I'm a bit down the road from you. So this stuff is like innate to me. In the beginning, it feels like, oh, another plan, Molly. Like, are you flipping kidding me? Like, I can't. You can. And also it becomes innate. I didn't actually think yesterday, like, oh, I need to go home and do self-care. I was like, all right. So I was just like at a 1-year-old's birthday party with tons of food and standing up the whole time and already tired. Those were all my vulnerabilities. And, I have to go home and like not do something for a minute. And I watch some TV. So I want you to think about tomorrow and, listen, maybe you have to go to work. It doesn't matter. There are micro moments that you can attend to yourself. Like maybe it's just setting an alarm 3 minutes early in the morning and doing some breathing, or good morning, hand on your heart. Like maybe it's just like getting on the Facebook group, getting into this group and saying, can anybody want to text tomorrow to make sure that we can honor our goals? Here's the other thing. This wasn't purposeful, but it's divine. There's coaching with Molly tomorrow. So if you want to, so I love a bookend. Do you love a bookend? A bookend's where, hey, Judith, oh, happy birthday, Judith. A bookend is where we commit to doing something here. And then we come at the end and we say, oh, I did it. And isn't it amazing that tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, there's a bookend. You can come hang with me at Coaching with Molly and you can ask all these questions and we can have all sorts of conversations. And so I left the link to, it's at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Even if you can't come, you get a replay, I think either later that night or first thing in the morning. And so it's a really good bookend. And also, let me tell you something. Today may bring up a whole slew of issues that you want to bring to me at coaching. And I am here for it, my friend. I am here for it. So anyway, consider that, because the more the merrier. And we have a real great time. It's very interesting and deep. And we do some self-love work. We do a whole lot of things. And I love it. It's probably my favorite thing I get to do, except for Intensati. I do love Intensati also, which if you'd really want to spend some time with me this week, good morning. If you really want to spend some time with me this week, you can come to Coaching with Molly. And then 12 hours later, you can come to Intensati. But you do get a replay of Coaching with Molly if you can't come and you still want to have it. You know, I'm a big believer of this because I listen to my teachers in my ears all day, literally. Rob in my ears, Carolyn in my ears. You know what I mean? Pema in my ears. So anyway, that's that. We're also, side note, having Intensati on Thanksgiving at 9 a.m. Pay what you can. Sati is pay what you can. I think that's a really good way to bring in Thanksgiving. And, you know, we're just going to get through it all together, because that's how we do it. Better together. Better together. It's a really good Jack Johnson song if you've never listened to it. It's better together. It's always better when we're together. So anyway, I think that's all I got for you this morning. I'm really not into the background, so I'm going to have to work on that of my little room. I have to moving's tricky. There's just so much to do. I got to decorate this place. It's a lot going on. And I'm traveling during the holidays starting on the 11th of November. So we will be all in this together. Get a power circle, get some people. Leave me comments. You know, I love your comments. I love that we get to connect through comments. And I think that's all I have for you. I mean, it's 7:22 in the morning. So if nobody's told you that they loved you today, it's kind of early, but I love you so much, so much, so much, so much. Whoosh to you. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow at Coaching and Molly and or Tuesday morning at Intensati. We have a brand new Intensati. Want to hear the first lines of it? I'll sell it to you. Are you ready? I choose to thrive, to be fully alive. The good in me is what I see. Can you imagine if we get that integrated into your consciousness, which I plan to? Oh, thanks, Donna. I choose to thrive, to be fully alive. The good in me is what I see. I choose to thrive, to be fully alive. The good in me is what I see. That's just one block. There's 3 more where that came from, peeps. Anyway, try it. What's the worst that happens? You hate it, you never go back. You're not going to hate it. It's the dopest. I'm talking about Intensati, mollycarmel.com/Intensati. Pay what you can. It's the dopest. It's really my service to you guys, because I think it's the most important piece of your recovery in many ways is Intensati, right? Molly, why is spiritual fitness the most important thing for my recovery? Good question. Because after we know what we're supposed to be eating, or we know what works best for us in our food plan, the rest is in your mind, body, and spirit. And this helps to rewrite the script in our brain, because it uses all 3 of those at once. And that's how things change quickest. Okay, I didn't plan to sell Sati, but here I can't stop, won't stop. All right. I love you guys. KIT. Sorry this was so long. And I love you guys. Bye.